everyone. This week we are locking in. We are building better habits, make some new habits. It's bad. Celebrate. Finally did them. Brainstorm some projects and even start some too. I'm so proud of this. To a meet and greet. Culinary class wars for Chef 정지수.
Tomato and seafood stir fry.
We got them for my parents because they also watch the show. 이거 진짜 맛있는 뭔가 싶어서.
Birthday dinner. Show the interior.
No way.
Let me just sign me up for that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Strawberry matcha. And wait, I really wanted to try this one. I'm so excited. It's my birthday! Or it was my birthday. It was my birthday a week ago. It was my birthday a little more than a week ago. I realized I do a lot of projects for videos and for challenges, but I don't really have a project of my own where I just like sit down. It could be a little bit mindless. I don't know if you guys remember back in my pink crochet video and also in my Disneyland vlog, I had this very specific pink cotton yarn that I got at my local yarn store. It started off as a pink cardigan. I frogged that and I used the yarn to make this asymmetrical blouse. I wore it once and then I put it in my closet and then never left my closet. So I frogged it again. Sorry. And then, okay, I'm gonna sit down for this. I don't know why I was standing. I was figuring out some ideas. I think I went to a cafe. Yeah, for like a brief 2 seconds, I was at a cafe. But I was just figuring out what types of wearables I want to make for myself. I narrowed it down to 2 photos. One of them I really liked because it had the same color as my yarn and it's just easier to visualize. Insert photo here. Obviously, if you look at it, you can kind of tell right away it's knit. I remember going on my TikTok and there was somebody who made a crochet cable knit stitch. So if I knew how to master that, I thought maybe making a crochet version of this top would be doable. My second option, I saw somebody else on YouTube make this and it was basically this top. I don't know how to describe it. It kind of looks like polka dots, but not really. I remember I saw the thumbnail and I was like, I want it. But then I thought about it more. Do I like the design or do I like the color? If I made it with that pink yarn, would it still have the same clutch? So I asked my sister to Photoshop the color to the shirt and then we get something like this. And I was like, wait, it's kind of slipping away. I don't really. And then we started experimenting with other colors. I think I will make it sometime in the future, but just not for this color. That's a little tip. Sometimes when you see crochet inspo or knit inspo, you might like the design or you might just like the color. And you just gotta like experiment with them and see which one you like more. I'm just gonna work on this jacket for a while. Hello guys. This swatch is definitely not perfect. For example, look at this bottom. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's just for me to kind of practice, just so I kind of know what's going on. Each of the cable stitches requires 8 stitches. I tried to see if maybe I want to make it longer. So this is the 8, but I think I added like 13 or something on here. And I don't really like it that long. I think I'm just gonna follow each of them being 8. I think the curve is gonna happen more frequently like this. But now that I'm done with my swatch, I feel like I can kind of understand what I want to do. For now, I just need to figure out the length because it works this way. Trying to visualize if there's a way that I can construct this jacket with as little sewing as possible. Maybe this is gonna better help, okay? Usually it's front panel and back panel, right? But if this is a jacket, right, and then the arms are here, I'm just gonna make a panel that's in the shape of this. You know, crochet, we can work side to side, so the shape that I want is this, but I need to work on it like this. I'm so big-brained. Also, for that swatch, I was trying to figure out different sizings. I used a 4.5 millimeter, but I might size it down and use a 4 millimeter. I searched everywhere and I couldn't find. I have a whole pack of these, but I couldn't find this size. The only 4 millimeter that I have, I don't really like. It's really thin. So I opened up a variety pack that my mom bought because she wanted to learn how to crochet, but never did. And so I pulled this one out, and it's really thick, and I think I'll like this one so much better. I use pencil grip, so I really like when my hook is thick. Every time I finish a group of 8, I like to put in a tally mark, and I also want to make sure that my tallies are even, because if I want to split them in half, it'll just be easier. I have 20 groups of 8, which is 160 stitches, 160 chains, and then I'm going to chain one more. All across, I'm going to make yarn over slip stitches. Gonna get some more yarn. Gonna get some more yarn. Gonna get some more yarn. Gonna get some more. Going to the yarn store. Hello guys, so I just took a shower and I put a little bit of makeup on. I would shower at the very end of all of the cleanup, but I was really code red. I just need to reset this room. I also took my nails off in the shower. I wasn't really feeling the red anymore. And so I'm actually gonna make that my goal at the very end, is getting to do my nails. So I'm setting up a reward system. Well, first things first, I'm gonna transfer all of my existing videos onto this card, so I make sure that my phone doesn't run out of storage on me. feel so much better. Immediate things that I need to do is film my tutorial. So I made this off-the-shoulder crochet top, and I really wasn't sure how many of you guys were looking forward to the tutorial, but I was honestly surprised. Gotta get on that. I need to finish the voiceovers, also the little drawings slash animations that I wanted to do. Let me just open up this project and finish this already. Your love is I just went to the gym. I didn't film in there, so I have no proof, but you guys just have to believe that I went to the gym. And now I'm back home. So I'm literally gonna set you guys right here. You're gonna watch me finish this. Hello guys. Hello guys. Sorry, I was so productive at that cafe, but my laptop died. I think I was in a good place to stop, and I have a couple of minutes. Literally, I have like an hour before I need to pick my sister up. There's a Barnes and Nobles across the street, so yeah. I think I also got a $5 store credit. Since I'm already here, I might as well just use it. I don't know what I'm gonna get though, so I think I'm just gonna peruse. This year I really want to read more. I've been kind of going on and off with The Picture of Dorian Gray, listening to the audiobook for that. I also started listening to an audiobook of Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. It's fine. The book definitely makes me mad, which I think is the point. It's a very interesting angle to write a book as. It's talking about like racial and cultural appropriation in world literature. It follows the protagonist, which is kind of like an anti-protagonist. It tends to be an Asian angle to tell story. I usually listen to How to Driving. It also listens to podcasts, but you know that it's fiction and you know that the speaker is a real person, so yeah. I'm just gonna go to Barnes & Nobles and see what they have. Oh my gosh. Guys, this place is actually empty. So now I have all of my 20 slip stitch rows and my work. Notice that the edging we attach multiple of 5 all the way across. Number of slip stitch inside we have into that very last. Oh, that was so hard to explain. Good morning, guys. I fell asleep with my makeup on last night, so I triple cleansed, which I don't even know if that's a good thing to do. I was feeling my face and I felt texture that I'd never felt before, so yeah, it had to be done. While I'm waiting for this to work its thing, I'm going to do my devos. Gonna journal. Let me do this for now, and then I'll update you guys on what I got at Barnes & Nobles too. My skin is feeling so good. Good news, last night I finished up my tutorial, the instruction parts, and now I just need to do those like video montages. You know, the ones that are like panning on like every angle. You know, like this is what you're gonna make. These are the materials that I used, yada yada yada. So I need to make that part. I worked so long on it. So I hope you guys need an off-the-shoulder top if you're watching this. Please. I hope you guys need it. Anyways, just changed into my top so I could film later. But I'm gonna show you guys what I got at Barnes & Noble's. I just got 3 little books. They're designed after Monet's paintings and they're also like a little iridescent. And I also got a complimentary tote bag. And I was thinking about using one of these books for a reading log, just keeping track of all the books that I finish. At first I was thinking about getting a book, like maybe a short read or a smaller book. And then I started listing all of the books that were actually on my bookshelf that I needed to read. It's bad. Let me just kind of give you a breakdown of all of the books that First, the 2 books that I've most actively been reading, or listening to technically. The Picture of Dorian Gray and Yellowface. I talked about this earlier. Tom Lake. C.S. Lewis classics. Some of you guys pointed this out in some of my vlogs. I tried reading it like before I went to sleep, but it's a really bad time to read it because I fall asleep. Also read quite a bit of the Screw Tape Letters. Highly recommend that one. It's just interesting. A couple of books from the series Before the Coffee Gets Cold. This one I got because I saw it as the bestseller. I don't know why I think the cover was just really interesting, so I just got it, but I never touched it. I have Emma, one that I got because I loved the cover. Little Woman. With a lot of these books, I've read maybe like 30 pages in and then I stopped. Never Let Me Go. This one also a quarter in, but I stopped. The Alchemist. I read this one when I was in 6th grade, aka I don't remember it. Yeah, I want to read this again. I remember it was really interesting. The Drunkard's Walk, How Randomness Rules Our Lives. Why does math work if it's not real? I love silly books like these because you can't guarantee that I'll read them. And maybe if I did read them, I would be more of an intellectual. I need to figure out like a better mantra for this, because like the mantra like take it little by little is not really that, doesn't really sound that nice. I drove all the way to LA. 40-minute traffic there, 40-minute traffic back. I mean, I think it was fine. I was just listening to my audiobook on the drive back, so it wasn't too bad. I went to visit my friend because she had a shift at a cafe there. Yeah, I really like the vibes. I have no idea where I left off at, but I'm assuming I probably did some work. And this is the progress that I made. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
I genuinely thought that these background noises were police sirens, which is not out of the ordinary for my neighborhood, but it's my mom's espresso maker. Yeah, back to the video.
I think I showed a little note card visual, right? This week, I've actually been uploading a bunch of little short form videos and...
Okay, well, maybe there weren't police sirens, but there was definitely helicopters in the background. That happens like every other day. Okay, bye.
But anyways, I was sent a yarn spinner, you guys. The small business messaged me on Instagram and sent me some PR. So I'm making a video for that, and I was editing and doing a bunch of things, and then I realized like at the very end that I really didn't like how the video was going. I think it was just like the colors, trying to like correct the colors and do lighting changes. It just wouldn't work. I really just wasn't satisfied with it. So I refilmed it, and now I think I have a product that I'm a little bit more happy with. That's just kind of what goes on behind the scenes. But anyways, that's what I've been doing. I still haven't painted my nails yet because I don't know why I'm postponing my reward, but finally did them. I decided to do a blush style. Used eyeshadow and they have like a little bit of shimmer. So in the sunlight they're a little shimmery, but I don't know if you can see. Can you see them? Hello everyone. I am on my last cake of yarn. for this color. And this is all of the progress that I've made so far, minus the sleeves, of course. I'm so proud of this. It looks so good when your vision is visioning. For this video, I'm gonna stop this project here. It might take a while, guys. Like, it really might take a while. I do have an idea for a separate video that I can group this with. I did a terrible job at explaining this in the moment. I think I was in the rush to get out of the house. But I have a separate video that I think that the rest of this project could pair really well with. I really wanted to do those Frogger finish type of videos, and I have a handful of works in progresses or whips. Not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of projects because most of my crochet projects I do it in front of you guys, and so you usually see me finish them. On another note, if you guys know Elise, better known as Little Things World, she is like the queen of beginner crochet tutorials. That's how I learned my first crochet project. It was like a tiny little heart charm. Now we follow each other on Instagram and it's lit. We're like this now. In my head, we're like this. And so she sent me some yarn. Isn't it so pretty? And she told me like, oh, let me know how much you need. And so I told her I might make a cape or some sort of cardigan, and she sent me 4 ginormous skeins of, and when I say ginormous, they're like ginormous. But if you guys have any ideas or any other yellow crochet ideas, feel free to put them down below.
And finally, a lot of you guys have been with me since my very first video on YouTube when I started to crochet with green. I guess now that I turned 23, I'm just starting to reflect a lot, and it really does mean so much to grow my content with you guys and also grow as a person and learn how to navigate my 20s, from lifestyle changes to friendships, faith, and just learning about who I'm becoming. Thank you guys for 35,000 subscribers. I'll see you next time.